Greetings, conquerors. Welcome back. Thank you again for coming by, for stopping by. As always, we want to thank you for your continued support. And also, we want to tell you how proud we are for your progress. Keep pushing forward. We are extremely proud of you. Okay, so why are we together today? What are we going to discuss today? What's going on? Well, the thing we want to get into today is what's your intentions? What are your intentions? Okay, so as we take our journey and as we move forward, many of us are moving into new seasons, right? Even the new things that we are going into, some of it we've had to deal with some twists and some turns, and we've had to deal with some unexpected events. You know, some of us have had to deal with, loss of family members. Some have had to deal with just sort of having to shut down one thing and start another. For some people, relationships are changing. So what is it that what's our intentions? And what I mean by that is typically we're taught to have goals. Okay, but the problem with goals is it is started, based on, founded on, and often changed based on the environment or the circumstances or the condition of the environment. That's what I was trying to say. And so sometimes we'll have a goal, and as we're pushing forward, if the environment is not conducive to what we want to do, then sometimes our goal changes. So I want to deal with the difference between the goals and intention. See, an intention is, or an intent is doing it no matter what happens, no matter what's going on around us. We intend to get where it is we want to go. It's a lot harder to do that because sometimes we can, one day we decided that we want to start working out again, right? And we got up one morning and we did it. We either ran or we worked out or whatever the case was. And then the next day, since it had been so long since we've done it, we were sore, right? Everything was hurting and we were moving real slow. But we were motivated to do it anyway. So we got up the next day and we went on and did it. It took a while to kind of get moving again, but we did it. We did it. Even though we were in pain, we did it. And after we had done it for a while, we seemed to be okay. But on the third day, we woke up one morning and it was raining outside. And so based on that, we decided, no, I'm not running today, I'm not going outside today, and I'm not even going to work out today. See, that's a problem because that's a goal, not an intent. Okay, so many of us have to get into a place to where we are intentional about wherever it is we want to go, because that might make the difference between us getting there and us still being in a position to just discuss it. Okay, so some of us have been talking about things since last year, right? And some of us might not have gotten started yet in some of these things because the circumstances were not conducive, right? So we had to sort of put things on hold. In other words, I don't have the money to write the book yet. I don't have the funding to take the vacation yet. I don't have the funding to start the company yet. I don't have what I need or everything that I need to do exactly what I want. Well, let me be very clear. You might not have what you want at the moment, but you can do something. Okay? You might not have everything. You might not be able to do it all at the moment, but you can start with something right now. It doesn't take that much to write a book. All you got to do is write the thing, edit the thing, and then produce it. There's a lot of different options for those of you who are writers, those of you who are music producers, those of you who are teachers and preachers. Listen, I've been involved with people who didn't put together teaching curriculums because they wanted to purchase them and didn't have the funding yet. Well, that's not really the point. If you can study, if you have half a brain, you can write your own curriculum and put it together and then get moving. My point is, I understand not having what you want in order to do what you want. I understand that, but that doesn't mean to sit still or be paralyzed since you don't have everything that you need. You can do something right now and push forward and grow into whatever it is you want to do. The reason that we're discussing this today is because there's a lot of talented people. There's a lot of gifted people. There's a lot of qualified people for a lot of different things, but they seem to be standing still or just sort of paralyzed by the fact that I don't have everything. Now, let me be clear. This is not true for everybody, but in my experience, some of those people, that's the excuse that's the excuse, or that's the smoke screen for what's really going on. What's really going on is a lot of these people are just afraid to fail. That's really the problem. A lot of people are standing still, claiming it's money, claiming it's time, claiming it's education, claiming it's a whole lot of things, when the truth is they're just scared to death, and that fear has paralyzed them from pushing forward. See, that's not fair to you, and it ain't fair to me either, because there are some things I want to learn from you, and until you get off your butt and start functioning, there's a lot of things that I can't receive. There's a lot of things about my life that will never be the way it's supposed to be until you begin to move forward. Listen, I need you. I have never met some of you. I've never come in contact with a lot of you, but what I guarantee you, whatever it is that you have, there's some things that I need. There's a lot of us that are simply waiting on you to get up and teach us some stuff. I get it. What if they don't dig me? You know, what if they don't like what I have going on? What if I fail? What if I fall completely on my face? What difference does it make? You get yourself up and you get back to work. You get up again, you learn from this time, and you push forward. That's the thing. Stop letting failure be a negative in your life, or the thought of failure be a negative. A failure is a beautiful thing, because listen, if you've lived your whole life and you've won every single time, you might not have grown. Because losing or failing, what that does is that teaches us, number one, that we can survive it. Right? It's like at PE. You remember when we used to go to PE and somebody would clip us or something would happen and we would fall down and we would scrape our knee, and we would think at that moment that life is just totally over. But then we realize, man, I can survive this. And so the next time it's not that big of a deal. It's the same thing in our lives today. Many of you are excellent at what you do. You're teachers, you're preachers, you're good with finances, you're good with cars, you're good with whatever, but the whole idea that you might fail has paralyzed you to the point to where you have put your victory and all of the things that you're supposed to be doing and your whole life, you put that on hold. You put it in a glass jar somewhere instead of living it. You've been imagining your life instead of actually living your life because you've been so afraid of failure. Let me be very clear. Go ahead and fail. Go ahead and fall down. Go ahead and do something and let it stink. Let it be awful so that you can recognize that you can live through that and you can put yourself back together and push forward. My question is, what are your intentions? What is it that you intend to do for your life? Many people are talking about what they want to do. You know, people are talking about, I want to build bridges. I want to build cars. I want to build community centers. I want to build churches. I want to do all of these things, but that doesn't matter until you lock into your intention. Because here's the thing. You won't get taught certain things in school. It just ain't going to happen. There's certain things you're not going to get taught by sitting in front of the computer or standing in front of an audience talking about it. There are certain things that you're going to learn by simply doing it. You got to get involved in your own stuff. Why? Because you are worth it. You are worth the time. You are worth the effort. You are worth everything. Listen, here's the thing. And y'all may know by now that I am a believer in the Most High God. You may know that, you may not, and that may be your thing, it may not, it makes me no difference because I believe it. Now, I am convinced that the Most High spoke your name into existence on purpose, which means you are supposed to be here, which means you're supposed to be victorious. Now, I don't like to throw that word around because church people use it all the time, and a lot of times when church people say it, it's a little bit empty because we never explain to people what being victorious actually means. It simply means that you can be victorious over fear. It just means that you can get off your butt, you can get out of your own way, and you can go ahead and do the things that you know that you can do. Here's the thing. You might have known for years that you're the most qualified person at work. You're smarter than the rest of them. You're more qualified than the rest of them, but you don't have the position, nor are you getting paid the money that you should be making. Basically, you're doing the job that everybody above you is supposed to be doing, but you don't get acknowledged for it. You don't get the money for it. So here's my suggestion. Why are you staying in a mediocre situation rather than getting up, getting yourself together and going ahead and pursuing the thing that you know you can do? And one of the reasons for that is safety. A lot of people feel safe. You feel safe at work, even though you hate it, even though they get on your nerves, even though you want to be paid more, even though you know your benefits should be better, your whole lifestyle should be better. But stepping out on your own is a little bit unnerving. That's a little bit bothersome, because what if I step out here and it doesn't work, right? What if I get out here and it doesn't happen for me? What if I fall on my face? These people will laugh at me. I don't want to come crawling back to these people. All of these lives that we live that haven't even existed yet. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Not only should you be successful, but you're supposed to be successful. Now, do you intend to get there or not? Are you going to stand up on your own 2 feet and get there? Are you going to allow failure to be an asset rather than a liability? And what I mean by that is, try it and see what happens. Try it on a scale that you can manage. In other words, I'm not telling you to turn in your resignation tomorrow. I'm telling you to put together a plan and slowly get there. I'm talking about do what you can do on a small scale, something that you can manage, something you can figure out. So you can figure out the changes. You can fail a little bit while nobody's watching. You can fall down and make some mistakes while nobody's watching, right? And as you grow, then you can position your life for greater things. That's all I'm saying. See, a lot of people have jumped out there with no net. They've jumped out there with no plan. They've jumped out there with no real anything. Just, I got an idea and and I'm going to do it. And a lot of people have tried these things, and maybe that's our story too. Maybe that's the reason why we just don't want to do it again, because the experience was so distasteful. The experience was so awful. The experience was so bad that we just don't even want to deal with that anymore. We'd rather just have a job, work for some people that we can't stand, be in a toxic environment. We'd rather just do this rather than be the people that we know we can be. Because here's the thing, you might not have noticed, you may not notice, but there are some people who are afraid of success. They are scared to death of being successful. And here's the reason why. The reason is because success can be a heavy weight. Because there's a discipline and a responsibility that we got to deal with in maintaining our success. See, it's one thing to get invited to the party. See, it's a whole nother thing to stay there and to maintain our success. Listen, here's the thing. Whatever it is that you are wanting in your life, whatever it is that you are intending in your life, just understand in the beginning, some hard times are going to be in front of you. Okay, fine. We acknowledge that, but we're going to move forward. Some things are not going to work. Okay, that's fine. We acknowledge that, but we're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to have some victories. We acknowledge that. We move forward. We're going to have some people. Listen, we've started with some people around us, right? By the time we get there, most of those people might be gone. We have accepted that and we move on. Okay, so that's it. That's all we got. I just want to share. I just wanted to share because I believe in you and I want you to make it. I want you to get wherever it is. Listen, there's a future president out there somewhere. There's a future kings and queens. There are future heads of state. There's a lot of future successful people. And I am excited about learning some things from you. I am excited about the world that's about to be created by you. I'm excited about what you want to do. The software companies, the new technologies, the new types of cars, the new housing, the new way of living, the new economy. All of these things will come from you. So I need you to do me a favor. Just take a look and take a look at yourself and sort of forgive yourself and just sort of dust yourself off. All right, pick yourself up and get to work, because there's a lot of things that we will never experience until you offer it to us. Our lives will be so much better once you get involved in your own victory. Okay, that's it. That's all we got for today. Thank you again for stopping by. There's a lot of things to come, a lot of exciting things that we have in front of us. So please stay tuned. Again, we love you. Again, we're proud of you. And as always, I will see you at the finish line.